In this video, I'm going to take you through the 1.2 review lesson. If I'm going too fast at some point or you need to copy something down, feel free to pause the video or rewind it. Number 1 states, Tara stated when simplifying a problem you must always solve from left to right. Is her statement accurate? Give an example to support your answer. We know from PEMDAS, which is a 4-step process, that we need to go in the order of the letters, that we do parentheses, then exponents, we do multiplication and division together, and we do addition and subtraction together. And so we know that this is incorrect. No. You must follow order of operations. Which means you might start on the right. So here's my example. If I were to simplify 3 plus 2 times 8, I'm not going to go left to right. I'm going to look for parentheses, which there aren't any. There aren't any exponents. And now I'm looking for multiplication and division. So 2 times 8 is 16, plus 3 is 19. Number 2 says, write a story about the following expression and then simplify the expression, show all your work. Same idea as number 1. Let's start with simplifying this and we can think about a story. First step, as these got harder, was to do your sign change because you're not sure if this will deal with negative numbers. So changing the 4 to minus 4 to add negative 4. Next we'll go to multiplying 2 times 3, which is 6. And then we'll add from left to right. 5 plus 6 is 11. And 11 plus negative 4, 11 is more dominant, so it's going to be positive. And when I think about what the difference is between these two numbers, it's 7, so it's positive 7. And so I need a story where I start with 5 of something, and then there's 2 sets of 3, and then I reduce or lose or subtract 4 things. So I made a story that deals with DVDs. I said Jim has 5 DVDs. His 2 grandmas each give him 3 DVDs. So that's where the 2 times 3 is. I'm not saying 6. I'm saying 2 groups of 3. So if somebody did this problem, they would have to multiply that. Jim decides to donate 4 DVDs that he no longer wants. How many DVDs does Jim have? And let's answer the question. So therefore, Jim has 7 DVDs. 3 and 4, we're going to do order of operations. Again, it's best to start with your sign change. Then look for the next step, which in this case is division. 6 divided by 3 is 2, and a negative divided by a positive is a negative. And then 12 plus negative 2 is 10. Number 4, no sign change is needed. It's actually all multiplication and division. And we need to do this from left to right. So the first thing I see is division, so I'm going to divide first, and then I'm going to multiply. Next, we're going to simplify expressions. We'll do the same thing. We'll start with our sign changes. Then we're going to distribute the 2. So we're going to have 3x plus negative 1 plus 2 times x plus 2 times 5. which is 3x plus negative 1 plus 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 5 is plus 10. Last, we need to combine what we call like terms. So we need to add up the x's. So 3x plus 2x is 5x. And we need to add up the terms that don't have x. Negative 1 plus 10 is 9. So 5x plus 9. Number 6, we'll start with our sign change. So we'll change inside the parentheses to 6x plus negative 5. We distribute a negative 4. The negative comes with the 4. So we end up getting negative 4 times 6x plus negative 4 times negative 5 plus 3. And we get negative 24x plus positive 20 plus 3. Draw an arrow so I can squeeze in my answer here, negative 24x plus 23. Number 7, Tommy the Clown was ordering face paint for his next party. From one company, he ordered 3 kits, each with 4 big paints and 2 little paints. From another company, he ordered 1 kit, which has 3 big paints and 5 little paints. How many total paints will Tommy receive? Write 2 mathematical expressions that represent the situation and simplify both to find the solution. So one way that we've been doing these is oftentimes there was a grouping symbol. And so if we reread the problem, it says he has 3 kits, and in each kit there are 4 paints and 2 paints. From another company, there's a kit that has 3 and 5, and that's a different kit. So that one does not have a grouping symbol because there's only one of that kit. Let's simplify this. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 3, plus 5, following order of operations. We multiply, 3 times 6 is 18, and we get 26. The other way to do it is without the grouping symbol. And so we're going to rewrite this part. That part will be there, and we'll still have the 3 plus 5. So we'll have 3 of the 4 big paints and 3 of the 2 little paints. And when we simplify this, we should get the same thing we got in the other one. So multiplying, we get 12 and 6. So 12 plus 6 plus 3 plus 5. It's 18 plus 3 plus 5 is 21 plus 5, which is 26. We'll write a sentence, therefore Tommy has 26 paints. The last page of the review, we're going to look at these area models. It says for each area model, write a mathematical expression that can represent the area of each rectangle, and then calculate it. And so remember, sometimes it's helpful to write the areas inside. So 3 times 7 is 21, and 3 times 4 is 12. So the first way, like we saw with the clown problem, is that we don't use parentheses. So we have 3 times 7 plus 3 times 4. Which is 21 plus 12, which is 33. The other way to do it is with parentheses, and we should get the same answer. So 3 times the quantity of 7 plus 4, which is this side, which is 7 plus the 4. We get 3 times 11, which is 33. Number 9 doesn't specify we have to do it 2 ways. I like to write the areas inside the picture. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times x is 5x. And then let's see if we can build our expression. So we have 5 times x plus 2, or 2 plus x, distribute, and we get 5 times x plus 5 times 2, which is 5x plus 10. Remember that 10 plus 5x would also work. In the last two problems, same idea. This time we're going to draw the area model. We're just doing a quick sketch. The parts that are broken are the 5 and the 3, and the parts that is together is the 7. And so we add up the 5 and 3 and get 8, and 7 times 8 is 56. So this has an area of 35. This has an area of 21. And those two numbers add up to 56. Last one, 4, and the broken sides are 2 and x. In my area model, this has an area of 8, and this has an area of 4x. And I distribute. And I get the same answer I got with my area model, and I can also write it as 4x plus 8. Feel free to rewatch parts of this video or pause it and or practice some of these problems. And don't forget to do the section 1.2 review homework.